Christchurch could be part of a global first in having seismic sensors scattered around the city, even in traffic signals. It means people may not have to wait for an engineer's report after an earthquake before they can go back into their home or workplace. After the February 22, 2011 quake, the central city was cordoned off while building inspections were undertaken. It is hoped that acceleration sensors may avoid this in the future.
It's more of a case of can we afford not to. So it's not just the Christchurch ratepayer, but all of New Zealand taxpayers have invested millions of dollars into rebuilding Christchurch. So as a city, we know how lucky we are to have this investment, and Christchurch City Council is committed to protecting this investment and minimising disruption with any future events.
And while earthquake monitoring technology is not a new thing, having sensors located not only in commercial buildings but in homes or on traffic signal boxes is a groundbreaking first. EQRNet, the project headed by the City Council and Canterbury Seismic Instruments, could see devices installed across the city to determine the severity of quakes in each unique location and give feedback on how buildings are affected.
EQRNet uses a ground network of accelerometers, more than 100, spread across the CBD. Those accelerometers report data to a processing system. The processing system analyses the ground shaking and compares that to every individual building in real time relative to that building's building code.
EQRNet has been proposed to the City Council, and if it is approved, the project will begin in the City Council-owned buildings and traffic signals in the central city. Then in commercial buildings in Papanui, Addington and Sydenham, and finally into residential homes.
That detailed shaking map can also be presented as Mercalli scale and is going to be provided to the people of Christchurch in a format such as this that allows them to accurately manage their own response to the earthquakes and be reassured that loved ones are in safe areas or to make their way to try and help them if they're in more damaged areas.
The project will be voluntary and would be funded by a monthly fee similar to paying for insurance.
Within the CBD, we think probably somewhere in the order of about 25% will be in buildings and the remaining 75% in traffic signal cameras and so on. In the wider city, there'll probably be more focus on individual buildings, using critical infrastructure as the hub. At a public level, an individual can use the information to decide how to prioritise their own emergency response. For example, they may be worried about their children or their parents in a particular location that's been badly affected, and they can decide what to do there.
Soil and ground conditions meant earthquake shaking levels across the city were hugely variable. CSI General Manager Len Damiano says sensors would give an accurate data reading on how an individual building fares following a quake based on its unique design limits.
Following an earthquake, the building manager gets to his phone an instant message that gives him an indication of the building's state of damage or its safety. At a city-wide level, the emergency response team from the Christchurch City Council and other emergency response teams can utilise that information to immediately decide which areas of the city are most affected and where to prioritise resources.
Ashley Monk, CTV News.